Well, people of YouTube, it's me, Yuuna. Now, Sky has probably told you this, but to be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more Seanstermations MIRAI updates. See you around!
Hello everybody, my name is Seanster5 and welcome everybody to another Seanstermations MIRAI special update. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that might be a cornerstone or a example set for every anime or manga series, and that is power scaling. Now, power scaling is a concept which allows people to tell the difference between how the characters start at the very beginning in terms of power as they go up against stronger people, and those stronger people go up against other stronger people, and those other stronger people meet even mightier and other stronger people. And then, of course, you scale it out, see where the main characters have got to get to, all without going into territories where you're just scratching your head and you're just thinking, really? Really? They could handle this guy before? I mean, what makes you think when they had so much trouble with that guy? I mean, what's that about? Let's just say that the Tournament of Power was a very crazy time, and well, this video is here to assure you that the power scaling of Seanstermations MIRAI won't be as broken. I mean, yes, there will be a few like moments here and there where you're just like rubbing your head for a bit, but I can promise you that whatever goes on in the Seanstermations MIRAI, the power scaling is going to be completely like not as crazy, to be fair. At least I hope. I mean, maybe a little, but not too much. And that's what we're going to be in for this video for, as we talk about the concept of power scaling and what I plan to build the concept of power scaling around Seanstermations MIRAI, which will help in the series' future, and along with the development of the many characters that are in this world too. But before we get right into it, I'd just like to thank everybody so much for all your support and patience in waiting for this special update. Don't worry, it's still sticking to the update every 2 months, with the next one coming in August and the last one of the year coming in October. Really, I do, but you know, I know as much as I would love to do an update every month with the stuff that's happening on the channel, especially with the eventual arrival of the Naruto to Boruto, the Shortster Courts, with the Boruto chapters coming August of this year. It's just been a hard time to find a place for everything. But hopefully with this little update every 2 month plan, it should be all good. So no worries there. Now, of course, where are my manners? Of course, so from everyone here at Seanster5, as well as everyone for the Master Legion and everyone the Seanster Patrol, Empire family, Manny Posse, we all hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I thank you so much for all your support. Without all your support, none of us would be here today, and now it is time to proceed on forward with another Seanstermations MIRAI update and talk about how power scaling will work and what I hope it will lead to down the line. Yeah, again, I mean, with the whole Dragon Ball thing, it could be great. I'm thinking too far ahead. Let's get right to the update. So, the power scaling has been a thing since like the dawn of fighting anime. It's been done in Fist of the North Star, it's been done in Dragon Ball, it's been done in Naruto, it's been pretty much done in any anime or manga that you've seen fighting in. It's definitely like shows where the main characters are in terms of power now and how they will be when facing up against like opponents that are far stronger to them. So it's basically just like a starting point and an ending point in terms of where your character is in terms of power. Now, it isn't always easy, okay, because the character's got to like take some challenges here and there, so you don't end up like a Rey Skywalker or a poorly written Saitama. But at the same time, you also don't want to make that character like too weak that, of course, their whole character arcs will be wasted. Like, you don't want to have your characters end up like to be a Sakura, a Tenten, or an Aqua. So a secret to handling the power scaling of your main characters is to not make them too weak, but also not to make him too strong either, because while, yes, okay, the main character needs to be strong, needs to face against any opponents, as everyone will be sitting on their couches or their chair, having like an afternoon snack, watching their favorite characters just going win, 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 win. But if the character wins all the time, if he wins all the time, and this is true with every other fictions like Yu-Gi-Oh, like basically everything. If you just let him win all the time in terms of power, there would just be nothing. And if you do have unlimited power, let's say for characters like Saitama, I think the okay, well, you know what, Saitama is a complete different case in general. To be fair, yeah, okay, let's just say because yeah, he has unlimited power, but he doesn't necessarily enjoy it. To be fair. And that is what I intend to do with the characters of Seanstermations Mirai, because if I gave them so much power this early on in the series, let's say episode 1, Sky just like lifts up Kaiju and just like bench presses Godzilla like at the first episode, but that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Okay. Yes, she's like strong enough to take care of like criminals on the street for now, okay, and she could like dodge bullets and like do all this stuff that like barely is a sweat to her. But then when she faces individuals that are like stronger than her, like down the series, she will go from like gang members to demons to godly beings. To be fair, now it will take a while for a character to get strong, but if the story helps along to further keep the power scaling in line, along with the other subjects we've talked about, we could see ourselves a development in the making, and with that development comes great enjoyment for the future episodes to come, and that's what and again, that's what I hope to do. And it all comes down to the formula of not too weak, not too strong. And now, of course, I do know that there are characters out there in anime that don't necessarily have physical strength. I know this, to be fair. But if they have a special power, say, like they can see the future, or they can, like, bench press Godzilla, for example, to be fair, it all depends on how the power scaling is written. Now, there are many examples of like it going like too little, too much, or too much, but then it gradually decreases as the series goes on, and the character itself becomes not as good as they used to be fair. And I know there was a lot of fans who were expecting that character to go places only for them to peak too soon. That's something you don't want. Okay, if you want to peak them, that's okay, but in a situation where it's a continued story, you gotta be really careful on who gets peaked, on who gets not. For example, I've got 3 examples. One of them of which is of course goes in the category of a Gary Stu and Mary Sue. One of them has the potential of peak, but then gradually decreases over time. And one of them doesn't even have powers at all, yet he makes his weaknesses his strength, further improving his character and leading into good places, I hope. So, the example 1, Rey Skywalker. Now, I know, a lot of people don't like Rey Skywalker as a thing, I know. The fans are still talking about it to this day, and it could have been handled better. But the way Rey was handled, it's like Disney were trying to create their own Mary Sue. Now, I know that, of course, there was like big representation things going on, and I highly respect that. But when the character's like power overpowers a story, it starts to lose all sense of meaning in that. It's like, because if your character is too overpowered yet can have no flaws whatsoever, it leaves up to debate if this character was even worth it at all. Now, Daisy Ridley, acting was absolutely fantastic, but the way the scripts like brought her onto the screen, it didn't sit well, and that it makes me sad as a content creator that the sequel trilogy didn't get as much love as it did, if not for the change of directors and the lack of identifying power scaling, among other things in the sequel trilogy. But I'm getting off topic. Now the second character, the character that goes from peak to like not very good down the line. I would say I would give this spot to characters like Gohan, but thanks to the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie and the upcoming chapters of the Dragon Ball Super manga, it seems that Gohan is trying to find a balance. So at least there's that between training and studying Super Saiyan ants. So there's that. But the next character that is peak, but then gradually decreased, was of course Sakura Haruno from Naruto. Now, yes, this is the Naruto fanboy in me talking right now, so I'm sorry. But in this beginning, Sakura wasn't very good. I will admit. Sakura was just basically a fangirl in a ninja outfit. It was only in the tuning exams where she like properly got her shining moment, and it just gradually increased. But then it just slowed down for a bit during the Sasuke retrieval arc, and then when Shippuden came around, she rose in power. She definitely rose in power. But then, of course, Sakura joined the bandwagon of Naruto screaming Sasuke's name every time Naruto saw him, until Naruto finally hooked up with Hinata. And then, I mean, she's had a moment in Boruto, particularly in the Scarlet Spring Summer, to be fair, but then that's when it gradually decreases, to be fair. I mean, not to a 10-10 extent, but I was hoping that, Sakura would get a shining moment. Maybe in Two Blue Vortex. Maybe she might get a like, defining moment in Two Blue Vortex. One could only hope. But the final character, and that's the character with no powers at all, but uses his pain as his strength to keep on forward regardless of the lack of his power, and that's Subaru Natsuki from ReZero. Now, although ReZero is not a fighting anime and the power scaling is only limited, even a character with no fighting ability whatsoever can still make a difference with the appropriate amount of writing. And from what I've seen in ReZero so far, both subbed and dubbed, magnificently, might I add, it really brings a strong point that even a normal person can do like big things if handled correctly with great writing. And both he and Moomen Rider from One Punch Man both definitely take the cake with that one. So basically, although power scaling like helps out with determining how powerful the character is, it all with the help of the writing and the storytelling among the world building itself, then power scaling can be a good thing. It can be a good thing, but we just gotta keep our fingers crossed. And hopefully with Seanstermations MIRAI, again, I plan to make my characters not too weak, but also not too strong, but have their dividing moments here and there, of course, and separate those who can fight like gods and bench press Godzilla, and those who provide moral support, but still get their defining moments. So, but of course, there will be some surprises here and there, but I can assure you that no matter what may happen in our heroes and villains and side characters' way, hopefully with a lot of time and a lot of like thinking over with the story, we could ensure ourselves a healthy door to open in the world of power scaling, and I will do my best to ensure that it's all well balanced and without any like rubbing the head moments and characters bench pressing Godzilla. I'm sorry. Such a kid. I'm such a kid. And with that, after my repeats and like silly jokes in between, that is going to be the end of another Seanstermations MIRAI update. So, it may not be as too much revealing on what's going to happen with Seanstermations MIRAI as the previous updates had. But it gives people a little bit of an idea on what this series is aiming for in terms of power scaling, and hopefully when this gets written down on paper, it may hopefully help. Again, I can't assure that it will be balanced all the time, but I will try my best to make it somewhat balanced so it doesn't ruin the story entirely. I can definitely promise you on that. So, The next update is coming round in August of 2024. I highly recommend you check that very soon. And also, there is going to be a Genshin Impact Pulls video coming later this Thursday. But, as always, if you enjoyed these updates and the many more updates to come in the future, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. And, and before I forget anything, I've got to mention, my friend, that one Elliot, he's doing his own multiverse what ifs. Yeah. So, be sure to subscribe to that one Elliot to make sure that you give him your full support, as the first episode of his Elliot vs. What Ifs was released not too long ago. I was quite impressed with the writing overall. It really surprised me. And if you love the Seanster vs. What Ifs, then I'm sure that you'll love the Elliot vs. What Ifs too. So I recommend you stay tuned for those too. But from everyone here at Seanster 5 as well as everyone for the Mass Legion and everyone in the Seanster Patrol made by Family Manny Posse, thank you all so much for joining me for another Seanstermations MIRAI update. And I'll see you all next time in August for the next update to come. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you all again for your patience, and I do apologise this took so long. But thanks. Ooh, sorry, sorry. But thanks so much for coming, everybody. Again, all your support is very appreciated. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I cannot wait to share what the next update has to offer. But thank you so much for watching. See you all for the Genshin Pulse videos. Have a safe rest of the week, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.